Dímelo, mi gente, what up? It's your boy Gus. It is review time, but I'm no longer doing these resellers. I am going to now start doing people who actually make jewelry. Today on the chopping block, it is Daniel Jewelry Inc. They are a staple down here of Miami. Let's see if they get the GVJ stamp of approval. Now, I didn't buy anything actually. I had somebody reach out to me and say, hey Gus, I want to upgrade my piece. It's something that we do all the time. They send me what they got. Same thing as probably me with somebody else. Someone purchases a piece for me, then they want to upgrade it with another jeweler. It's perfectly fine. I got sent over a bracelet. Now I haven't seen it. Here's what the actual box looks like, but I also didn't want to display it all mangled up how the person probably sent it over. So I had one of my guys actually give it a nice little polish. I've heard nothing but really, really good things about Daniel Jewelry Inc. I know they've been around for a really long time. They're very famous for their Cuban links. I've seen them before in the past. They have been great links. So hopefully this does live up to the hype because you guys love them. So it comes in this box. This box is ironically looks exactly like my box, but here's the actual box. It is a bracelet. I don't know the weight or anything like that. We're gonna find out together. So again, they did give it some sort of polish so that I'm not showing you some scrappy looking thing. So this is what it comes with. They wrapped it up in wax paper. I'm assuming when they send it out, like any other Cuban link manufacturer down here in Miami, we send it with this wax paper to cover it. Here we go. Their emblem on the inside, Daniel Jewelry Inc., their telephone number, and this is the actual bracelet. This is the wax paper that they wrapped it up. So let's take a look. And again, like I said, it's, you know, there are a lot of Cuban link manufacturers out here that are very well known. I would say these guys are probably up there in their reputation as far as the quality goes. So this is what it looks like. Oh, I probably have it flipped over. Oh yeah, this is what it looks like on the other side. Okay, cool. So this is the wax paper that comes out. And there is off rip what Daniel Jewelry Inc.'s chains are known for, or at least people have told me, the flat file. They have a very flat file, which is a very modern style file. But just initial thoughts, this is beautiful. Yeah, this is a really nice link. It's cool because they sent us something with some sort of customization. So it has raised lettering on the lid of the sleek lock with some diamonds in there as well. And I brought my loop so that we can take a look at some of these diamonds and see the setting and see what kind of finish the work has as well. The links, beautifully spaced. I mean, this is pretty typical of a good Cuban link manufacturer. The links are tight, but they're evenly spaced. So in other words, when you scan your eye, now nothing is perfect, but when you scan your eye, you can't visibly see one link that is much larger than the other one. They're all evenly spaced. So that is something that's very difficult to find and to achieve when you're making Cuban link chains. A lot of people, you could tell that they're rookies when they're starting off, when they'll have one link that's very spaced out because they didn't wrap it correctly or they weren't able to fix it during the turning process. Maybe it snapped as the chain was turning, and when they repaired it, they couldn't do it correctly. So this is very nice. I like the flat look. I'm not a fan of it personally on one of my pieces, but when it's on someone, it also looks very nice. So the flat look is dope. It's modern. It's what represents their company, and I'm totally about it as well. Now the bottom of it, or the back of it, I should say, is completely flat. So this is very typical of most of the bracelets that we make. We make them flat completely on one side. And the reason behind that, of course, is because when it sits on your skin, we don't want it to flip. So completely flat on this side. And then here is the actual lock itself. I just want to take a look real quick right between these links just to make sure that the soldering is correct. Yep, this is very nice. The polish is also very nice. See, when you look between the links, everyone is going to leave solder. The solder is always going to be only on one side of them. And the reason we do that is so that it can be uniform. So when we file it, they don't flip. But what you can tell by looking between the links is if there's solder marks on there. So once you're finished with the piece and it's soldered and it's polished, the polisher has to sit there and remove any of these imperfections. It can show a little bit of a solder, but it can't be too big. And this is very well taken care of. You could also see that there's not that many wire marks. Wire marks get caught when you're rolling up the links. And in this particular case, there's no wire marks on here. Whoever polished this beautifully. I do love the overall aesthetic of this. It is lighter than one of mine's because mine's are a little bit heavier on the file. It does seem a little bit light. I won't do a hang straight test because who the hell cares about that one? It's been worn already, so who knows if it has a flip link or something like that. You can't really tell. And then let's take a look at the details of the actual sleek lock. Here is the curious part about the sleek lock. This sleek lock is a very secure lock. If I'm not mistaken, just taking a look at it, it looks handmade. That's very difficult to do. It's going the extra mile for customers if this is, and it looks like it is because you could see where this is soldered on some of these pieces. So if this is handmade, that's a really, really dope little detail that they do. This particular design, if it's handmade, is going to last you forever because number one, it has two forms of security. Number one, the one you pop in, boom, you can hear that click, beautiful. But then it has the flip lock over it to give it some extra security. So that fucker isn't going anywhere. That thing is tight. The actual little raised lettering, also really nice. Looks like they sandblasted around here a little bit. This is what I like to see. This is jewelry company that actually cares. This is what you come to expect when you purchase from a Miami Cuban link manufacturer. Someone that says, okay, cool, you guys are gonna spend your hard-earned money with me. I'm gonna give you actual product. If you're gonna get a Miami Cuban link, get it from someone in Miami. And there's a lot of really good jewelers in Miami, and Daniel Jewelry Inc., you could just tell they are just really, really good at what they do. I'm gonna take a look real quick at the diamonds so you can kind of see what I'm seeing with the 10 times magnification. I can't tell if these are natural diamonds or lab diamonds, who cares? Nobody can. But just from looking at it on the outside, the setting is beautifully done. And if I'm not mistaken, this looks like pave set. Diamonds are clean. They look like SI, VS style diamonds. Just very, very nice work. I'm gonna put it on my wrist so you guys can see what it looks like. And then we're gonna hit it with the PMI gun to make sure that it is 14 karat. But just the aesthetic of it, beautiful. This is what true Cuban link manufacturing is supposed to look like. So now that we've done our basic inspection, we're gonna hit it with the good old PMI gun to make sure that it is actually 14 karat as it's being advertised. Once again, guys, this is a PMI gun. It shoots an X-ray through the gold and it can tell you the purity of it. So all you do is aim it, get your hands out of the way because this is an X-ray, and let's see if it actually hits 14 karat. And 100% it does. And in fact, it's hitting higher than 14 karat. It's about 1475, which is beautiful. Now we did put a little flash plate on there, so it probably brought up the karat just a slight bit, but you could tell this is way over 14 karat either way. It's probably sitting somewhere at 1425 to 1435. So in summary, guys, this is the first impressions of a Daniel Jewelry Inc. piece. It lived up to the hype 1000%. The spacing, beautiful. The file is unique to them. The finish on the actual sleek lock, awesome. It has some nice pave style diamonds on there. Looks to be very, very nice quality diamonds. They look clean, they're not cloudy. The actual sleek lock, if it is handmade, which it definitely looks, is beautiful. It's a very, very hard sleek lock to pull off. Overall, it's just, yeah, this is it. This is what I'm talking about. When I order a Cuban link chain, and if I'm spending my hard-earned money, this is what you want to pay. This is the difference when you purchase from someone who does their in-house manufacturing and actually gives a fuck, as opposed to just purchasing it from any other reseller out there. This here is quality, so it does get my GVJ stamp of approval. If you guys have any other manufacturers, please drop it down in the comment below and I will do a review for you guys as always. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel for the love of Christ, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Holla!